When did it stop hurting when the situationship that I had kind of been on and off with for a year didn't choose me? Great question. It's kind of like you got to go through the 5 stages of grief to get to acceptance. So the 5 stages of grief, if he's constantly filling your head and you're aching for him, you might be in the denial phase. So the only thing that I can share with you that would help this expedite the process is learning to love yourself. When you learn to love yourself, you hold others around you to a higher expectation and a higher standard, because you won't allow anyone to love you less than how you love you, right? So I know that I deserve communication at a minimum. I know I deserve commitment at a minimum from somebody that I've known for a very long time, that's what I was seeking, that we should be moving towards that. I know that I deserve respect and understanding at a minimum. I know I deserve to be understood at a minimum, because I do all of those things for myself, and that's what I'm willing to give, and I deserve someone who can reciprocate what I'm willing to give. So if at any point that your partner is not doing that, or the person you're in a situationship with is not doing that, you have to look at what is it you're really trying to create here. Now, as someone who has been in a very long-term relationship, I was in a relationship for 13 years, 10 of those were married. Chemistry and connection only get you so far. And most situationships are based on chemistry and connection, and not the third part that makes a solid relationship and a long-term relationship work, which I believe is compatibility. When you understand what true compatibility is with someone, we're not talking connection, which is like the friendship, like you generally like each other. Chemistry is that sexual chemistry, that attraction piece, that spark, if you will. The compatibility piece is what keeps relationships maintaining over long periods of time, because the chemistry is going to ebb and it's going to flow. The connection is going to ebb and it's going to flow. You're not always going to like your partner, especially when you get over the honeymoon phase. So that compatibility, that you have the same future wants and desires, is essential to who you should be evaluating, who has access to you as a potential partner. And if somebody is not choosing you, they are definitely not compatible with you. And if you do not want the same things out of the future, they are definitely not compatible with you. And if you guys aren't on the same page and you want to co-create a relationship that works best for you, you deserve someone who will do that with you. Again, you deserve someone who will do that with you. And in my particular case, he was unwilling to do that. And so I got to acceptance real quick after I drew the line in the sand and said, what are we doing? Because I don't want to keep going down this path. And when he didn't choose me, I chose me. I know the cost of settling divorced. I know how much it costs to settle for someone out of companionship, out of fear of loneliness, out of fear of rejection. I know the cost of that. And so I was willing to get to acceptance, to get him out of the way, so that I could find someone that was deserving and worthy of everything that I have to offer and I have to give, because I know that I'm an incredible partner for the right person. And if you have somebody who makes you feel like you're not a great partner for them and vice versa, then they're probably not the right person. And no matter your attachment to them, right? It's not love, it's attachment. Loving someone and them loving you elevates you. It lifts you up. You're bringing out the most purest, authentic version of each other. And if that's not happening in your relationship or in your situationship, then they're not a great partner for you, because there's a lot of life to live, and life gets hard and it gets messy and it gets ugly and it gets weird and it gets difficult the longer you're together. And so if you're early on in a relationship and you're still trying to navigate that and you're not compatible and heading in the same direction, why waste any more of your precious time in this life spending it on someone who is not giving you what you deserve? When you have a really strong self-identity and self-worth and love, and you know how to love yourself, you can look at that perspective for what it is. You can accept it for what it is and get to that final stage of grief. And you can look at it as he lost you. And that's how I look at it. He lost me. I had a lot of love to give him, and I was choosing him at that time. And he was no longer valuable to me when he wasn't choosing me, and when he didn't want to choose me, because I wanted him to get out of the way as quickly as possible so I could go find someone that is willing to choose me and is unwilling to risk losing me, because I know that that's out there. I believe that that's out there. I have no doubt that that person exists, because I exist. And that is something that I'm looking for in a partner. So if I exist, my counterpart exists, because there's a huge cost to settling. So if you don't feel that way about it, that he lost you, then that's a beautiful invitation and opportunity for you to go on a self-love journey so that you can value yourself, your time, your energy, and only allow people access to you who are willing to reciprocate at a minimum. And hey, my name's Tara, and I'm on a mission to create a self-aware army, because it's lonely in these self-aware streets. And if you need help discovering yourself on a self-love journey, I'm your girl. Book a call, a coaching session in the link in bio, or if you need to release some sadness and get him out of your head, breathwork, an hour-long breathwork session with me, work wonders to accelerating your healing.